Welcome back into the ASUG News Studio. My name is Tom Whalegum from asugnews.com. Well, back for a second year in a row. We got a couple of cloud guys here from SAP, and I've been gearing up for this interview because these guys have got some. I'm going to pose you guys with some good questions here today. So Roy Ng right here next to me from SAP. Roy, you are the SVP and head of business operations for the SAP Business Cloud unit. Welcome back.
Thank you.
You had just started last year, so we're going to get a year-round update from you and see what's happened in the last 12 months.
Sounds great.
And Sven Denecken as well back here, always on Twitter. He's out there in the cloud. Welcome back again.
Thanks for having me.
So, Roy, maybe we'll start from you. You know, it's been 12 months since SuccessFactors was brought in. You guys, going integrating everything, getting the message out. What's happened in the last 12 months that our members, ASUG members, would want to know?
So since the Sapphire last year in May, Lars articulated a strategy around the loosely coupled suite of solutions. So the 4 pillars of people, customer, money, and supplier. The strategy hasn't changed. We've executed on that vision, and since then we obviously acquired Ariba to augment our supplier pillar. In terms of the people pillar, we've actually accelerated the SuccessFactors, both sales and development of those products. We could talk a little bit about that later. Within the SAP portfolio, we've rationalized a lot of the solutions. We're now calling our customer solutions SAP Cloud for Customer and SAP Cloud for Money. So lots of exciting stuff. We continue to innovate at a very high speed. Recently, SuccessFactors was named, basically we got the top ranking from analysts, 10 for 10, while at the same time we're able to continue the development of our other solutions. So a lot of progress.
Yeah, and that's a lot. A lot more has happened in the last 12 months, but that's a great overview.
Yeah.
Sven, Roy just talked about the 4, those 4 areas. As you talk to customers, is that message resonating? Because simplification is always something that you'll hear from ASUG members, SAP customers. We want you guys to simplify.
Yeah.
Is that resonating? Do people get it now?
Yeah, it is resonated because we start to speak the business language of the people. And you need to see that 60% of the IT spend today is already influenced by a line of business which is not IT. I would argue IT is a line of business, but we're looking more like the VP of marketing, the VP of sales, the HR officer, the procurement officer. They want a solution who solves their business problem. That's why, while focusing on those 4 key areas, we've added 2 things in this 12 months. First, it is the idea of business velocity that drives where we prioritize investment. Second, we have developed the right mix between on-premise and cloud, which brings me to add that the SAP HANA cloud platform, which we have put underneath, helps us tremendously to consume all the innovation. So in the cloud, you will get all innovation first. And the second is we take care about that integration problem. A lot of clients, and of course the ASUG members know, and they have invested rightfully so in our on-premise business, and they will keep their on-premise business in certain areas. And we have invested a lot in those integration topics like prepackaging as best as you can. We know there is still work to be done, but what I've seen in the last 12 months to get our existing installed base to embrace the cloud via the push of a line of business, and then use our technology to make that happen, that has been outstanding.
Well, I wonder, you brought up integration. I think that's a good point. We hear about loosely coupled apps. What does that mean, actually? Can you define that for our members? Because it sounds like it's easy peasy, but I don't know. I'd like to hear more.
Yeah. We do all know life is not easy. Landscapes are heterogeneous, and by the way, they will stay. And the cloud as a topic didn't make that easier. But the way now how we tackle it is, of course, helping our customers, leading them the way. So a year before, the question was, what is cloud really about? This year, it's really about, I want to go there, I want that promise, but help me. And I think loosely coupled as a concept we introduced last year was important to do 2 things. Companies can consume in a distinct area at their own pace, at their own speed, because actually velocity is defined by direction and by speed, which is different. And now they can decide where they want to consume, but at the end of the day, we all know that an approach of a suite also has its value. But it's a different suite. It's a suite of best-of-breed solutions who then need to work together. So integration between the applications, a loosely coupled set of applications who solve a distinct line of business problem, but at the end it works together in between the solutions, but also with on-premise. That's what the powerful concept is. And maybe last point, the companies go away from niche spending of niche providers in the cloud as well. They look for that platform-driven approach. I don't mean technology only. I mean also that platform idea. Is there a vendor who cares about how this stuff works together?
Right.
And in the end, you know, you heard Jim talk about your cloud, your way. And what do we mean by your cloud, your way? It means that it's not about a technology discussion. It's really around what you actually need to do within your business. So why did we have the loosely coupled? Is because there are some very specific business processes that you may want to standardize on a public cloud solution. And by definition, the public cloud solution generally requires a bit more change management because you don't customize it the way you customize an ERP solution.
Right.
So the cloud solution, a lot of our customers want to simplify not only their software and the technology, is really also around their business processes. And so, you know, there are certain business processes that require that deep customization, that verticalization, and that's what the ERP brings. And with SAP HANA Enterprise Cloud, you're able to now bring that entire suite of solutions into the cloud in a private setting. The public cloud solutions allow you to simplify and standardize along those 4 areas that I talked about earlier.
Right. Great. So we've heard, you know, with the Enterprise Cloud announcement, the HANA Enterprise Cloud, and I was frankly shocked a little bit how far you guys are going with the cloud. And Hasso Plattner said last week, you know, in the future, everything will be in the cloud. Does that make your guys' jobs harder, more exciting, or what? I mean, because if that expectation, as he said, an expectation that you're going to be able to get everything in the cloud, yes, it's great for choice, but yet, anyway, does it make things harder for you guys?
That's exactly what we said a year ago, that everything will go to the cloud.
But no one really believed you guys. I don't think everyone believed you as much. You guys did, I'm sure, but
But I think it's also a definition. As we talked about, there are certain situations where the managed cloud brings the value that the customer actually needs. In certain situations, the public cloud solutions that are more simple, that allows for more simplification and standardization comes into play. So I think in aggregate, we have a very robust cloud strategy. You have all of those solutions sitting on that SAP HANA Cloud Platform that Sven talked about earlier that allows for integration, extensibility of those solutions. So if you have the business suite on HANA with a managed service with the SAP HANA Enterprise Cloud, you can have those solutions integrate with some of the point solutions in the public cloud. So that allows for, you know, the customers to really get what they want from the cloud the way they want it.
Let me add my personal experience to that. And you know, I was driving innovation together with Jim in ERP, and I also made that transition towards the cloud because it gives this ultimate ability to deliver in quarters, and it's just astonishing. But if I look at your your membership, if I look at our customers, I think that's the same what happens. Where there was doubt before, it's now very clear that cloud has benefits. Now, non-clouds are alike. There are different clouds, right? And we did I think, a good job, at least from my perspective, you will tell me, to demystify a little bit the hype and get down to the business value. And when Jim was on stage and he said, we are the leading enterprise cloud provider, it's really that thought, what do I use from the technology, cloud, in which circumstances, for what purpose? And I'll give you 2 examples. To bring a business suite on HANA or a business warehouse on HANA to our enterprise cloud offering, which in a nutshell is a private cloud offering, that is something which just has very clear cost benefit and has an innovation path. On the public cloud, like Roy put it, I want to be just faster and standardized. The beauty is now we can bring that together. And that's why we argue everything will be touched by cloud. That doesn't mean that all solutions go into the cloud. Customers will keep, and integration will matter. The question is, again, does the vendor, does our ecosystem, do our customers together with us co-innovate enough to understand where a business process that maybe starts in on-premise, goes to a cloud solution, touches a mobile device, which we all has, and goes back, how that process can be managed and can be executed. And this is something which from pure cloud vendors who are more in a rip and replace business, like you give me all your data, I put that in the cloud, we want to differentiate, we want to give those options.
I worry though sometimes that you guys make it sound a little too easy. I just had a panel here with 4 ASUG board members, one of whom was talking about HCM, SuccessFactors, you know, loves the products, but is really having it challenging. And they all sat up here and said there are solutions out there, but I'm wondering sometimes if, out-of-the-box integration and seamless integration, loosely coupled, is making their challenges, is just putting it too easy. And then how do you guys respond to questions like that from real live customers, not just me asking questions, but a real person coming in there and saying, hey.
So very fair. I've been actually in your meetings and with your members all the time. And I love that feedback because it shows just one thing, that there is a change management who needs to happen. Can we be better in that? Yes. I personally don't like out of the box because I don't think there is something like out of the box solving everything. You can consume it out of the box, but there will be this last mile. There will be that change I wanted to make. The difference is in a business suite today, I really specialize and I can do whatever I want. In the cloud, I configure, but I know I want to consume best practice. Now coming back to what I hear as well from the customers, yes, and I don't want to sound wrong here, it is not as easy as sometimes it is put out there, but we as SAP were very clear, very strict that there's a roadmap behind it, there's a path we're going to do. What we need to realize that also at SAP and our clients in the IT departments, our best friends, we need to change that over time. And I would like everyone from this show here and from the member base not only talk with us, but go away from events like this and have an educated discussion with a line of business leader so he gets what he wants, but also have that discussion what integration really means. The beauty of loosely coupled is I can go in different speeds. And this is something which, does it solve everything, to your point? No, but it makes life definitely easier.
I know you want to add something too, but we didn't talk about any products here, so I just want to make sure we get this. Is there any cool announcements that we want to highlight here?
So we had a press release the day Jim announced the cloud approach around the public cloud solutions. In Employee Central, we have significantly increased the footprint geographically. We now cover 51 country versions of Employee Central, the broadest of any core HR solution in the cloud. We've made significant innovations across all the 4 pillars. You could read more in the press release.
Awesome.
I do want to add on the integration part because as I said into any customer meeting, I would say by the second question is around, well, so how do I integrate the solution? It is very top of mind. I would say not only are we going to provide the integration strategy, and we talk a lot about the standardized iFlow integration approaches, but a core part of our strategy is actually enabling our partners to be able to work with our customers to do a lot of these integrations. Like Sven said, there's no such thing as out-of-the-box integration that can deliver everything you need. And so right now we are in a lot of dialogue with partners to help us help our customers.
Last question for each of you, and you're going to have to be short because we're running out of time. If you can do it. All right, I'll start with the word. Yeah. As we look out, future, Sven, you were telling me in meetings, last year it was, what is your cloud? Now people are saying, maybe help me or guide me. What's your first thing you're going to say to someone, keep it under 30 seconds if you can. What's going to be that first message you'll give them?
All of SAP is in the cloud today. And we're not in the cloud for the sake of being in the cloud. We're here to deliver the fastest business value to you and your end users. And so you have a choice. We deliver cloud your way. So you can have it in the managed cloud, you can have it in the public cloud, you can have a hybrid approach. But we don't approach cloud as a cloud for the sake of cloud. There's a reason why you're going to go to cloud because of the various benefits that you get from this particular deployment model.
Great.
So that's what I would say to customers.
Awesome. You kept it 30 seconds too. Sven, let's see.
I will keep the 30 seconds, but I'll give you what is most important to me, that is customer success. And I'll give you 3 examples of customers. Pepsi, bringing their entire workforce into the cloud due to the reason they want to change their business. They do that with talent management thanks to SuccessFactors Fast. They consolidate their HR systems and they move even that to the cloud over time. HTC, they connect their Facebook site to our cloud service that we have with SAP Cloud for Service and connect it to their backend. So integration starts to work across unstructured and structured data. I do care about that success. And companies like Roland Berger, who put their entire business on by design with ERP, those are the examples which excite me because the customers understand it's not the technology driving, it's important, but it's the business outcome and value, the business velocity which I would like to achieve. And we are driven by our customers.
That's great. I'm glad you brought up some,
Was it 30
customer
seconds?
case. A little over, but
okay.
Guys, we're going to have you back next year. We're going to get another update and see what's changed, and I appreciate you coming back.
Awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
For more interviews, check out asugnews.com. We are broadcasting live from ASUG Annual Conference and Sapphire Now.